Good evening, be the one as you're watching Quiz in English with me, Hayley Edmonds. Tonight, there is €100 up for grabs, and there are 9 questions between you and winning your part in that €100 prize purse. Now, for those of you who get a maximum number of points, because it's all strategic here, and we want to give you more money, that's 960 points. If you reach that many points, well, then we're giving you an extra €50 to share between those who will be the super winners of the evening. Now, in just a second, I'll go through the point scores. Now, there are 9 questions. Now, each question has an allocated number of points, starting off with 10 points. So question 1 and 2 are worth 10 points. Question 3 and 4 are worth 20 points. Question 5 and 6 are worth 40 points. Question 7 and question 8, 80 points. And the big one, question number 9, is worth 100 points. And because we're Be the One, and because we're super generous, we're giving you 4 jokers. Yes, we're just giving them to you because we want you to win money. So what are those 4 jokers? There are 2 jokers that are 50-50s. So if you use one of them in a question, it will take away 2 wrong answers. You have 2 of those, and you can only use 1 joker, of course, for each question. And then there are another 2 jokers. 1 joker that will multiply the point score of the question by 3, and another joker by 5. So if you're playing strategically, you'll go for the 9th question, put your multiply by 5 down and try and get maximum number of points. As I said, there are 9 questions between me, you, and you winning your part in €100. So let's get going with question number 1. Take a deep breath. C'est parti. Question number 1. Which artist is particularly associated with paintings in a comic strip style? Is it Roy Lichtenstein, Paul Klee, David Hockney, or Salvador Dali? Now, which artist was renowned for drawing or painting with a real kind of comic strip style? Was it Roy Lichtenstein? Was it Paul Klee? Was it David Hockney or Salvador Dali? The answer was Roy Lichtenstein, the American artist who produced iconic images which are now synonymous, or which were synonymous with pop art, inspired by comic strips. And we'll be talking about comic strips in a bit. There are a few of those questions coming up, so prepare yourselves. And iconic paintings such as Drowning Girl and Popeye. Let's get some statistics right in. They've come in right away. 41% of you got that one correct. 21% of you thought it was either Paul Klee or Salvador Dali, and 17% of you thought it was David Hockney. And the person who was the quickest on the buzzer for this first question of this quiz in English was Azka69. So well done, Azka. Keep it going. Keep up that rhythm. A part of €100 is you're going on the right track. You're on your way, dude. Right. Question number 2. What breed of dog is Lady in Lady and the Tramp? Border Collie, Cocker Spaniel, Poodle, or Scottish Terrier? Now, what breed of dog is Lady in Lady and the Tramp? Is she a Border Collie? Is she a Cocker Spaniel? Is she a Poodle? Or is she a Scottish Terrier? Now, think back. Lady and the Tramp. I'm thinking of Lady and the Vamp. Lady is a Vamp by the Spice Girls, but Lady is a Tramp. Lady and the Tramp, more like. It was, of course, a Cocker Spaniel. She was so graceful and elegant, a little Cocker Spaniel, so pampered. And, of course, she fell in love with a tramp. And what a lovely happy ending it was in the end, of course, you know, as they all are with these Disney films. 52% of you got that one correct. 10% of you thought it was a poodle. 18, I'm sorry, I'm a bit concerned about that. I mean, what were you envisioning in your mind? What was going on? I mean, when you're thinking of Lady, were you thinking of a poodle? Okay. 20% of you thought it was a Border Collie, and 18% of you thought it was a Scottish Terrier. 80 of you got that answer right. So that's good, you know, not such a bad result. And once again, Azka69 on the ball. As I said before, you're on the right track, mate. Carry on, carry on. Got the rhythm going. Let's move on to question number 3. Who played boxer Jake LaMotta in the 1980 film Raging Bull? Was it Robert De Niro? Was it Sylvester Stallone? Was it Bruce Willis? Or was it Harrison Ford? Now, who played the boxer Jake LaMotta in the 1980 film Raging Bull? I'll give you the answer, guys. It was Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro. Yes, the New York actor who obviously, he plays a lot of anti-heroes or ambiguous kind of shifty characters. He also played in Taxi Driver, Heat and Casino. He has won 2 Oscars. He has another 53 wins, so he's won another 53 awards, and he's had 97 nominations. Robert De Niro, he's been cited as one of the best actors of all time. Yeah, you know what I mean? I was going to do that impression of Joey. No. It wasn't Joey Starr, was it? Who said that? Was it Serge Gainsbourg or someone was like, "I'd fuck your wife"? Who was that anyway? It was on French television. I will stop with the French references. 65% of you, it was Gainsbourg, yeah. 65% of you got the right answer. It was, of course, Robert De Niro. 10% of you thought it was Bruce Willis. 4% of you was Harrison Ford. I mean, I can kind of see maybe Sylvester Stallone playing that part, or even Bruce Willis. Harrison Ford, you know, Harrison Ford is Indiana. You know, he's not a boxer. Come on, guys. Someone who does know his Jake LaMottas from his Rambos was Kezio, who got the answer the quickest. So well done, Kezio. And let's move on to the 4th question. This question is worth 20 points. As you can see, we're picking up in points as we're going along. The next question will be worth 40 points. And from question 7 to question number 8, it will be 80 points. And question number 9, 100 points. So question number 4. Who competes with Robert De Niro in a deadly game of Russian roulette in The Deer Hunter? Is it Joe Pesci? Is it Al Pacino? Is it Christopher Walken? Or Ray Lolita? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, for question number 4, it's quite tough. And the answer was, or is still, Christopher Walken. 40% of you got that one correct. 12% of you thought it was Joe Pesci. 33% of you with Al Pacino. I think you're getting your Russian Deer Hunters and Heat mixed up. And 16% of you thought it was Ray Lolita. No, Ray Loiter. Excuse me. Now, the person who got it the quickest has got a name that I'm going to probably pronounce badly. Sid Ahmed Sidou. You got that answer the quickest. Well done. Let's move on to question number 5. Staying in the film theme here. Who plays the genetic mutant with webbed feet in the 1995 film Waterworld? Is it Tom Cruise, Kevin Costner, Tom Hanks, or Dustin Hoffman? Now, this film actually cost double the initial estimation. So initially they were like, "Oh, how much do you reckon it's worth? How much will we put into it? What's the budget? 100 million? Let's go, 100 million. It actually ended up costing $200 million. Kevin Costner, but the answer was, of course, Kevin Costner. So if you got that one right, bravo. However, I mean, the people that went and paid for it in the cinema got their money's worth because it's almost 3 hours long. 3 hours of Kevin Costner on a boat, wet, I mean, yeah, you get your money's worth. I mean, I would have done that. I love Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, so, for tenner, you get 3 hours of Kevin. Look at in his heyday as well. Not such a bad deal, I say. Hunky. Stop talking about Kevin Costner. Let's move on with statistics. So 73% of you got that one right. 73% of you are women who have been playing. Well done. 9% of you thought it was Dustin Hoffman. What? We had a question about Miss Robinson the other day. I mean, maybe thinking back to past quizzes, but definitely wasn't Dustin Hoffman. I mean, I'm kind of trying to imagine him looking all hunky on a boat, but it's not working for me. 7% of you thought it was Tom Cruise. Okay. And 11% of you thought it was Tom Hanks. David was the quickest. So David, you were the quickest to get that answer right. So well done. 51% of you got that one correct. So that's good to see. Let's move on to question number 6 first before question number 7. Here we go. Which comics as in the comedians, introduced the nation to the ministry of silly walks in 1970. I'm trying to do an imitation here, but I just look like I'm doing something else. Should probably stop that. So which comedians, what troupe? Huh? That's a bit of a clue. Introduced the nation to the Ministry of Silly Walks in 1970. They were very funny and extremely successful. We're talking about John Cleese the other day during the other quiz and how much he actually earned. I was extremely surprised. So it was an extremely profitable troupe. It was Monty Python, who actually first broke out, made their breakout on TV, on BBC. Then that series came on to, and they went on to produce several films, of which The Life of Brian, The Meaning of Life, Monty Python's Flying Circus. That was the actual name of the show. It was great. Who got that one right? Well, that was an easy one for you, because 64% of you got that one right. I think we were quite generous with that question number 6, considering it was worth 40 points. So 64% of you thought it was Monty Python. 10% of you thought it was Morecambe and Wise. Okay. 14% of you thought it was The Goons. And Elos got the answer the quickest. Well done, Elos. You know your Life of Brian's from your Meaning of Lives, or you just know all of them. So well done. Okay, let's move on to question number 7. In which comic would you find the Bash Street Kids? Beano, Dandy, Topper, or Whizzer and Chips? In which comic would you find the Bash Street Kids? Beano, Dandy, Topper, or Whizzer and Chips? The Bash Street Kids. Oh, these are the rebels that they were. It was Beano, guys. Beano. I'm not expecting an extremely high percentage of right answers here, because it was quite a tricky one, and I'm right. So 37% of you got that one correct, 15% of you thought it was Dandy, 22% of you thought, no, 21% of you thought it was Topper, and 28% of you thought it was Whizzer and Chips. And Teal, that's an extremely French-sounding name for someone who knows about Beano. Well, you got the answer the quickest. Or you might have just taken out the 50-50 and just hazard a guess between the two. I'm just being very, very cynical here. So yeah, well done, Theo. There are 2 questions left between you guys and winning your part in €100. Don't forget, you have 4 jokers. You have 2 50-50 jokers that will take away 2 wrong answers. You can only use 1 joker per question. Yeah, and then you've got 2 multiplied by jokers, so 1 multiplied by 3 and 1 multiplied by 5. And as we're coming in to the top of this, the point scores, so this question number 8 is worth 80 points. I'd start laying down the jokers if I was you. It's worth it. A little strategic tip there. Don't worry, you can thank me later. Which DC comic hero first appeared in 1938? That's kind of general publishing. That was kind of, became known because there's a bit of a story behind that, I'll tell you after. Which DC comic hero first appeared in 1938? Was it Flash? Was it Batman? Was it Superman? Or was it Wonder Woman? 1938. That is old hell, yeah. Which one was it? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. In fact, I'll give you a little clue. Dean Cain played him in the televised series. It was Superman. And 66% of you got that one right. And that was good. You're doing well, guys. You're doing well. I can feel you're picking up. You're really putting all your effort into these last 2 questions here. So initially, actually, it was created by a young guy called Jerry Siegel and his school friend, Joe Shuster. Jerry wrote a little scenario, a little story about a superhero called The Reign of Superman, and his friend drew him, created Superman. Now, however, it did actually take them, that was in 1933, it took them 5 years to sell the comic. And because they were so tired and so tired of relentlessly trying to sell this comic that they just literally gave it away. They sold it for $130, which is around about the equivalent of about $2,030 nowadays. They sold it. They sold the rights, and the rest is history. 1938, Superman became the all-American hero, just after Rambo. There we go. Did I give you statistics then? I think I did. I think I'm just getting too into my little storytelling here. Let's get on with question number 9. This is the final question of this quiz in English, worth 100 points. If you've got your jokers, put them down now, play them, because this is worth serious money. 100 points. Here we go. Who is Peter Parker's first girlfriend according to the original comics? Lois Lane, Mary Jane Watson, Felicia Hardy, or Gwen Stacy? Now, this is according to the original comics. Who is Peter Parker's first girlfriend? Taking it back, taking it back. Who was his first girlfriend? I'm going to give you the answer now. Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy was Peter Parker's first girlfriend. And I say no, so according to the original comics, so you can go and check back in the past, in the archives. It was in fact indeed Gwen Stacy. However, if my statistics aren't mistaking me, 66% of you got that one correct. So 66% of you know you're flipping your Gwen Stacys from your Felicia Hardys. Well done. Or Mary Jane Watson, sorry. 5% of you thought it was Felicia Hardy, 7% of you thought it was Lois Lane, and 22% of you thought it was Mary Jane Watson. Now, Emmerich Charles, you got the answer the quickest. Well done. Oh, and I've just, the statistics flew through. The statistics have just landed, like Superman or Spider-Man. 190 players will be sharing the €100 jackpot. Now, I'm just going to wait for confirmation. And there are 24 super winners tonight. So 24 of you will be taking away an additional €2 because you'll be splitting, well, €2 and a few cents. You will be taking the €50 and sharing it between you. So well done. So that gives you a rough total for the super winners. Do we have any statistics of how much they'll be taking away? €2.61. And for those of you who got more than 400 points, how much will you be taking away? 53 cents. I was about to say pence then. 53 cents. So that is super. That is what a great evening. I mean, you know, what is better than doing a quiz in English, educating yourself, using your brain, using all your reflexes, and getting paid for it. 15 minutes, 53 cents you won, 190 players. I mean, we just love giving money away, and that is proof. We've just 190 players won money tonight, and 24 won €2.50 something, 3. Can't remember how much. Anyway, so well done. Thank you very much for following me, Hayley Edmonds, in this quiz in English. I will be back tomorrow evening for, once again, another quiz. As I said yesterday, if you do have any kind of themes or special requests with regards to the quizzes, don't hesitate in telling us. Share your ideas on Facebook. I'm watching out. I'm all ears. If you prefer sports or music or anything in particular, science, video games, whatever. Whatever you so prefer, just, hit us up, leave a message, tell us what you think, and we'll watch out and we'll listen to you. So thank you very much for watching it. See you tomorrow night. Take care. Au revoir. Or shall I say goodbye?